Alright, per usual, just gonna record this. I don't really give a shit how it sounds. I just hope you can hear it, and I don't really give a shit about the background. It's about the content here. And I'm trying to share something that is beneficial. So, alright, this is kind of take two of digital. Dude, what is it? Digital minimalism. Who's this? Cal Newport. So I recorded the one earlier. That was when I just started it. I was like, "Whoa, this book's crazy," and then I finished it a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever. And then this is post read review, and I guess what I gained from the book, because I think sharing knowledge is the best thing you can do. I just read Jim Mattis's, the former SecDef, his book, and his thing was, what information do I have? Who needs to know? And have I told them? And I just feel like reading and like increasing your, I've heard described as like collective consciousness. Like, why would we not do our best to share what we know? Like, why are we learning the same things over and over again? Like the same fucking, we learn and then we die and then our kids learn the same shit. I'm like, bro, can we move forward, please? All right, whatever. Mini rant. So this is what I got out of the book, basically. Digital minimalism. Um. So basically, the biggest thing I got from this book is it's all about being it's all about your media presence and our relationship with social media specifically. So whatever it is that you use. Personally, I'm kind of a fiend for Instagram. Snapchat I use a lot. Occasionally, Facebook Marketplace will get me going. But those are the big ones for me personally. But obviously, it's like Twitter. But I don't even know what people use. But like, whole point, like biggest takeaways I got is it's like there's billions of dollars spent on literally sucking us as the consumers into whatever social media it is. There's literally billions of dollars being spent to capture our attention, because that's how they make their money, is off our attention. They get our attention and then they sell us things. And they make way more money selling us things than they do marketing towards us. They make money off literally the time we're on the app is how they make their money, because that means they can give us more and they can collect more data, which makes it easier for them to market towards us. And there's advertisements all the time. There's products all the time. I know Snapchat definitely has those advertisements. Anytime you look at like one of those stories, they now have an advertisement. A lot of times when you open up the popular ones, Instagram, same thing. They're always selling you shit, um, and we just like kind of don't. It feels like this like mindless just absorption, and the next thing we know, we're like, oh yeah, I've heard about that product, and then we're buying that product. I'm like, well, I didn't need banana flavored sunscreen. All right, like that was an unnecessary purchase in my life. But just because it was there, like over and over, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I could use some banana flavored sunscreen. So whole point being, dude, the biggest takeaway is to be intentional. To be intentional. Why do you have the app? What is the reason you have it? We download the app, we just get it. We're just like, yep, everybody has it. That's a norm, and it's been normalized. Honestly, it's honestly been normalized. Facebook, and especially Instagram and Twitter. If you don't have them, like, what are you doing with your life? Like you're now a rebellious figure if you don't have the social medias. You're an outsider. It's weird. They set it up so that it's so ubiquitous that any deviation from normal use is weird, which is first of all fucking bananas and impressive from a marketing standpoint. But second, we just download this shit, and next thing we know, we're scrolling, and then next thing we know, we're still fucking scrolling. Like, that's unnecessary. And it's because we just have extra time. We just have extra time, and we're like, oh, I don't know what to do. So then we just like hop on the app and then just start scrolling, and it's just like a wasted time. In the book Digital Minimalism, they talk about how there's no more like times of solitude because of there's no more times of solitude because any time we get by ourselves, we just spend on the app. We just spend still connecting with other people. So before you get a moment or two by yourself and you sit and you just like sit in silence. And something that was mad interesting that they brought up in the book was they did these MRI studies on the brain, these scans, and they found that when when we default, like when there's nothing going on. So boom, right there, when nothing's going on, my brain is defaulting to effectively social interactions. So when we're thinking of nothing, and there, even if we think our mind's blank, and but the subconscious is running, it's cooking through social interactions. How do I fit into this tribe? How do I? What are my relationships with my friends? How do I, fit in? What is my social role? And it defaults literally. I wish I had the page mark because that was fucking bananas. But it was literally like our brain defaults to our social interaction. Like our default setting is socially interacting. So even if we're like, personally, I'm pretty introverted, but it doesn't really fucking matter. I might gain my energy from being by myself, but I'm still wired to be fucking social. Like humans are social creatures. We're meant to intertwine. There's a what is it book called Sapiens, fantastic book that I actually haven't read. Dude, so like they talk about how like what is the level of technical expertise that goes into building an atomic bomb, like something just crazy complex. Like you need an unreal amount of technical specialization. You need crazy smart physicists. You need biologists to see the impact on the environment. You need lawyers to see the legality. You need the businessmen. You need the logistics. You need the supply chains. You need the people who build the metal casings. You need the biochemists, the bridge between the two. You need the people that know how to talk to everybody and can bring them all together. You need the social people to create the social environment to let these people work in. You need the people who build the salaries and create the jobs for these people. Like, you need the project planner. You need an unreal amount of specialization. So we're wired to be social creatures, And here comes along this social media that's like almost a poor excuse for this social interaction. Because the other thing they talk about is we go on when we log on and you just hit the like button. You like or you share a video or you comment, and our like dumb brains don't know the difference. So it's like, oh, that counts as social interaction. Like, oh, that's crazy. I'm part of this tribe. And it's the same exact reason why we see 10 likes and our brains like why do we give a fuck? Those aren't even, like those are real people, but it's just like it's they describe it as digital versus like analog. Like it's just a digital acceptance. But it's not really human connection. It's just like it's it's just like we think we're being connected, but really we're not. And that's why I don't know, there's all this controversial evidence like anxiety rates are going up, people feel more isolated. I don't fucking know if it's true, to be honest with you. But regardless, these medias we think are scratching the social itch, but they're really not. And so the other thing he recommends in the book is a 30-day clean slate, bro. No social media. No, other than like vital to your life, like your significant other is in the hospital and trying to call you, like, yo, I just lost both my legs and someone's about to cut off a third arm and I can't do anything. Like, unless that happens, then like cut out everything. Like no socials, don't even text people. They're saying don't call people. Cut out all this social shit, this fake social bullshit. And actually, I don't know about the calling. Maybe I don't really know. I think yeah, I'm pretty sure he says no calling. And so I did it. I was like, dude, 30 days, I ain't doing no socials. Like, I'm gonna see what happens. And dude, I'm gonna be honest. First week, like, any moment by myself, I was like, give me this. I like wanted it. Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. Like day one, I think I kept a record of how many times I checked it, and I would just tally it up every time. It was I would just tally up. Yep, I looked at it. So day one, 16 times. So 16 times I was free and I just picked up my phone to go on Instagram. I was like, fuck. I deleted all of my socials. I can't even go on it. So it was like 16 times. Day two was close to the same. Day three, same thing. Four, five, six. Let's see. And then day seven, nope, seven was still shitty. Day eight, I was finally like, okay, I don't have these socials. And I would still pick up my phone and like want to go on. And then day 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way. It took probably 2 to 2.5 weeks before I was like, I had gotten rid of this like nervous twitch. I was like, holy shit, like that was a long time. And then finally, like 2.5, 3 weeks, by the third week, I was finally like okay with it, like not having it. And then occasionally, if I was bored, I would still like want to pull it up. I was like, God damn it, I can't. So what this like deep 30-day cleanse forced me to do is when I was bored and when I had just had like a couple minutes, I had to be more intentional about the things I was doing. So I had a couple minutes. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And so the other thing he says is this 30 days is not like a permanent. It's just to get rid of the itch, the addictional itch, right? And so after the 30 days, the point is to create a better relationship with social media where you're still getting what you enjoy and what you know you benefit from it out of it. But you have to distance yourself first just to get rid of that itch. So I noticed I once I stopped like ah, I downloaded like a couple books. I downloaded like some like just like random articles. And so even if I didn't have so anytime I had this like downtime, like if I was a passenger or like on like I don't even know. I was sitting at the airport, I guess, sitting at work, like at lunch, like just random times where you have a couple minutes. I was like, well, fuck, I can't go on these socials. And it made me think a little bit more about, okay, well, if I can't do that, what do I want to do? And yeah, I usually found that to be reading just because it was accessible and like it wasn't enough time. But I'll download it, I'll just read like a page of whatever book I was reading. And like, dude, honestly, it kind of helped. Like, I didn't have, like, I wasn't just siphoning away time for no reason. I had to be more deliberate about it, about spending my time. And what it also made me do is after the hiatus, the 30-day hiatus was over, I was like now I'm like more separated from the socials, and I still kind of get the itch a little bit. But one way they said to get around that is to consolidate all of your bad habits, like this itch. So instead of if you get rid of it entirely, like your brain's gonna freak the fuck out and be like, no, no, that's too much. I can't commit to that. It's like way too much of a commitment. So to get around it, you just consolidate all of your bad habits. I did this with sugar too, honestly. Like, dude, I love sugar, dude. Oh my god, dude. A nice ice cream sandwich, chef's kiss, baby. Buy it from Walmart, still give it the chef's kiss. Like, dude, some Rice Krispie treats. Oh my god. Alright. Whole milk and cinnamon toast crunch though. go crazy. Go crazy, bro. And so what I did, I was like, dude, I need to chill out on sugar, but like this shit is so fucking good. So what I did, I was like, all right, bro, cinnamon toast crunch Sundays. That's it. Only on Sundays. And on Sundays, I'm going ham. Like I'm eating like a whole ass birthday cake. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And so I consolidated all these bad habits to Sunday. And what that did, so this is the sugar, what that did, like the whole week, I was like, fuck, dude, I can't wait for Sunday. And like the whole week, I'd think that. And then week two, same shit. Week three, same shit. But on Sundays, like it was guilt free. I could eat without feeling guilty. I was like, no, like I worked hard for this. It's Sunday now. I'm gonna enjoy myself. And like the first couple Sundays, like I went crazy, and I was like mad into this sugar, dude. I was like, I took a bath in like crystal meth. I mean, like crystal sugar crystals. It was crazy. But like so it's so good because I just consolidated it all, and then over time, this is like a long time, but it's probably I don't know like three. It was probably 4 months. It was anywhere from 4, 5, or 6 months to where, but what happened is I consolidated all the Sundays, and then slowly I was like, I'm not craving sugar as much. So I'd still crave it and I'd still enjoy myself on Sundays, but it became a lot more tolerable, and I wasn't going crazy. I didn't need to chow down. I would have like maybe a little bit of ice cream or like I don't know, some chocolate. And I still do it. Like Sundays I still look forward to Sundays cuz they're nice. Like I consolidate, dude. I still got my cinnamon toast crunch, don't mess. And so it makes it a little more palatable. And so one thing he suggested is do the same thing with your social media. So just consolidate it to a specific time, whether that's a day of week, or a specific time. Like it doesn't matter, just consolidate it. And it could be a long ass time. It could be like an hour and a half. It doesn't matter. All you're doing is concentrating it to one moment in time to where you're not like freaking out. And you can actually when it gets there, you can actually enjoy it. It's not this halfway in between social media and not no, you work hard for it, and then by the time you get it, you get to enjoy yourself guilt free. So he says consolidate it, and over time chances are you'll likely not even crave it anymore. And I noticed after my hiatus, the social media hiatus, that's kind of what happened. I wasn't really craving the socials as much. And before the 30 days were up, I was able to think a little bit more clearly. I was like, okay, um, what is it that I want out of social media? Like, why do I have it? And so, I wrote some of the things down. Like Instagram specifically, I was like, when I open this app, what do I want to get out of it? And some of the things that I found, I was like, I really enjoy sending funny videos to friends. That's like, dude, and then you laugh about it. That's a bonus. That improves my quality of relationships. I follow certain inspirational accounts, whether that's like out like snowboarding accounts, or like financial, or like business accounts, or like crazy Red Bull sports. Like I definitely get inspired, and like I get inspired by those videos. Um, there's like a couple like random podcasters I follow. Sometimes they hit me with juicy information. Sometimes like juicy little tidbits. So them. Um. Oh, and then the other one was, I think it is a beneficial, like almost resume for people you meet. Like it's a personal resume to some degree. Especially, so I've done like a little bit. I've done a decent bit of traveling, and it can be a little bit jarring to just meet strangers. Be like, what's your phone number? So instead, you can like do like, oh, do you have Instagram? And if you have like a nice little, oh, this is kind of me. Like you don't need to be posting all the fucking time to do it. But it's like, oh yeah, I got a couple posts. Like this is kind of who I am. These are a couple of my hobbies. This is a little bit insight into my life. You guys can connect on different things. And I have noticed that I've followed other people before, and I've been like, oh, you're into X. You've traveled to this place. You've tried this. and it creates it's a little bit way to bridge the gap easier. So I would say those big things: inspiration, sending videos to friends, random advice, exposure to like random hobbies and whatnot, and then a resume for strangers. And what I realized, I was like, yo, bro, I don't need to be going on this app every goddamn day to get these things. I can go on it like maybe a couple minutes every day or just like Wednesdays or something. Like, all right, every Wednesday I'm going to go on there. And then, yeah, I'll check all those boxes. I can get my exposure, send videos to friends, laugh a little bit. But it really made me force me to be intentional about what it is I was doing. So the hiatus just put a little bit of separation, and then the intentionality I built during the hiatus, I was thinking about it. I was like, what do I want to get out of it? What am I missing? What are the things that I'm missing right now when I don't have it? Identified those things, and then this is the real minimalism part of the digital minimalism. How can you specifically curate the apps to get you what you want? And it ultimately depends on what you want out of the app. If you want to like get entertained and just like waste away, like, well, fuck it, like keep using it the same way. But if you only want a certain couple of things and you want it to intentionally use it as a tool that it is, and not just a blanket like mind rape, then you can set it up so that it benefits you a lot better. One of the suggestions they had was um, like only follow like 5 accounts. Like if you need it for business, follow like these 5 business accounts. If you want it to get better at like, yeah, maybe you can like the snowboarding thing. Like I could set up an account specifically for snowboarding, and like, okay, I follow these snowboarding accounts. Now I can watch these and like get inspired, try different tricks, like learn different things. So I'm still gaining, excuse me, but I'm not losing the time that I would be if I was just blanket on there. And it helps you, I think it helps you curate your media presence. Like, what do I want to get out of it? What benefits me? And it makes you the whole thing is intentionality. That's the whole thing. That's the biggest thing I got from the book is when I open this when I open this app, what am I getting out of it? Why am I opening? What am I looking for? And sometimes it's okay to just have like a couple minutes where you just like don't care. You're like, I just like don't give a fuck. I just want to like, you like sometimes it's good to have mindless shit. And like that's okay. I'm okay with a couple minutes of mindless shit. But knowing that that's why you're going on and setting aside that time. Um, so I like that part of it. The book honestly was pretty good. It was easy to read. It's like 250 pages ish. It's like pretty good. I don't know if this is copyright or something, dude. But the words are pretty big. It's pretty easy to read. So um, I recommend. That was the essence of what I got from it. Literally just intentionality. That was the essence. Recommend. I got it recommended from a friend, literally. So I didn't even find it. Like a friend just gave me this book, and it was a pretty good book. That's what I got out of it. Intentionality, I suppose. Oh, this thing's freaking the fuck out. Being intentional and knowing why you have the apps that you do. Take control of your own goddamn life, because nobody else is gonna take control of it for you. All right, that's it.